All right, and welcome to case study number 25 of this series, so brilliantly titled Kirk's 40 Case Study Closings. I'm your host, Ryan Kirk, and these case studies range from vacant lots to custom luxury homes and total $2,042,081.71 in profits and equity without having to personally go see the property on some. With no cash, no credit of my own, it varies and I'll explain. And I do it all with Flip Logic and 1-888 Cash Offer. Now let's get into number 25 of the 40 case studies. And that brings us to 1913 Hidden Springs in El Cajon, California. This is East County, San Diego. And when you look at the photo, I wish I had some interior photos, but this property was just a very light cosmetic rehab. So pretty good shape, just dated and needed the remodel. It was a standard sale. It was on the MLS. And the ironic thing about this sale is that the seller, the owner, was also a broker, a real estate broker with Coldwell Banker. Yeah, believe that. And we still did this deal. You may wonder, well, how did that happen? He put it on the market. You can pull up the listing history on it. He may have done some price reductions, and we just, it's just right place, right time. You could see what the days on market were if you want to pull that up as well. I don't recall what that is, but right place, right time. We put it in to contract and we wholesaled it. So let's talk about it. Why were they motivated? Well, they were downsizing and they were relocating, I think, to Los Angeles. So downsizing, relocating, they were longtime homeowners in this property. The ARV on this was close to $1 million, and the repairs on it, again, we did it middle of the road. So in this market, an ARV price range that was $25 a square foot for middle of the road. It would have been awful. It would have been $35 to $40 a square foot, and maybe on the lighter side again, you're talking $15 a square foot. Purchase price $705. So that's what we got it for. He said yes by the law of reciprocity, because we said, hey, if we do all cash and we pay all the closing costs except any commissions, and we do it in 14 days, what's the best price you can do? And this negotiation went, I remember he wanted a much higher price. He wanted to be, I think, around $725, $730. And we had got him to agree to a price adjustment down to $705. I believe what had happened was our investor went over there, agreed to pay $730. That was the best price they could do, $730. So I believe we had to go back to the seller and let him know, hey, listen, we're ready to move forward. No contingencies. Go hard on the deposit. Close on time, or by whatever date it was. However, the price wasn't going to work. We're going to need to be at $705. I think it was originally like whatever, it was $690. Said no, can't do it. What can you do? I think you want to be at like $7. He was willing to come down like $5,000 or $10,000. We said, you know what? No, we really need to be closer to $700. And then we agreed on $705. So that's how that negotiation went on the adjustment, which you may find yourself in that situation again, because sometimes your numbers are off. It happens. That's. I mean, let's face it. You're not getting a construction bid. You're not getting a scope of work from a contractor and an estimate. So you're doing all this from your desktop, and you're eyeballing it and going off of estimates, right? Or price per square foot, condition multiplier estimate. So you're not going to be perfect. You're going to be off. And also when you get up into these more custom homes, the ARV is going to swing, and the investor may not, if you don't have clear support with 3 comps or more, then the investor may debate you on that or want to be more conservative, and so it goes. So that's how it happened in this case, and that may happen for you again in other deals. And so when it does, just make sure you're in a place where your investor's ready to move forward with no contingencies on an agreed upon closing date. He's ready to wire immediately the non-refundable deposit. And then you just have to go back to the seller, reiterate what price you need it at, and give some support as to why. Maybe you've got higher costs from what you found during the inspection. Maybe it's that you're not comfortable with the comps. Those are really only the two reasons why, and that you need to be at this price. But if you can agree on that price, let's wrap it up. We're ready to move forward. So anyways, that generated a $25,000 profit between the 705 and 730 because we put it under contract, used an assignment agreement to assign it to our cash buyer, and they used hard money to close. And our investor came from, and this is going to be pretty common theme that you hear me discuss, but we have an existing investor list that we do a marketing blast to. And there's also agents and wholesalers on there who refer it to their clients and buy their buyers lists, and we pay them a referral fee if they bring us an investor that didn't come directly from us. But then we also check the surrounding comps to see if any of those were flips, and if they were, who was it that flipped it, and we get a hold of them and pitch them the deal. And then you can also use, and you should use, the instant cash buyers search, and use some keywords in the area of that city, and then market it to those investors that come up that way as well. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I hope that was good for you guys. And again, statistically, only 10% of YouTube videos are watched until the end. So if you're in that 10%, you're a hustler, persistent, determined to succeed, and I wish you much success. Thanks for watching. I look forward to working.